Welcome back, guys. So right now let's talk about variables. There's something called local variables. How do we get that? So let's make sure you're on your Canva. Make sure your move to is on your Canva, and right here in the design page design, so you're going to have this is the page design. Before anything, you can have your local variables. So let's open variables. So variables are you creating reusable numbers. So if you know what variables are in programming, you know that there are things you can reuse. So variables are reusable numbers, text, colors that can be applied across your files and prototype. So let's say you want to create a local style. So local style is going to have your text, color, effects, grid. So these are all things you could create with your local styles. If you want to repeat a particular text settings, you create it as a local style so that you can always access it. So you could create a local style. You have to name the local style. So we could say the title style. Yes, we could say the title style. So let's say your design we have, there's something about uniformity when it comes to design. So you can use your local styles to create uniformity. So let's say title style, and what is this for? You say these are the fonts for my title, and right here you give it the properties, the style properties. So right here we could say we want something like instrument sans to be the title style, and we use the bold instead of just regular. We use the bold, and let's say the text size will always be 18 or 20. So let's say 20. The title style will always be 20, and you could create your line height and everything. So that's what I'm just doing right now. So let's just do that again. Let's create the local style. So let's create a text style, and I'm coming back here. So let's create a text style like I said. So we could create color styles, and here in color styles we could have like something like text color, or let's say primary color. Yeah, could have something like a primary color. So basically your primary color could be it's just like this is the basic color. Okay, and the properties of that local style will be set right here. So the color could be like a green. So let's create that. So we create that style, and you see that shows here, the color styles shows there. And when you add more color styles, you add text styles. Like I was trying to do text styles, but I didn't create it before I closed it. So let's say the text style, this will be the title style. Yes, it's going to be title style. Sometimes you can name it like an h1, so it could be an h1. So you could have h1, and this would be title style. Yes, so this would be title style. So you could choose a font that you want. So we could choose a popular font, like okay, so let's see a font. Okay, let me choose Acme, something like Acme. Then this will be regular. Then this could be changed like a 20. That will be the title style. Then the line height could be changed, or you leave it that way, or the letter spacing could be changed, or you leave it that way. So you could change the letter spacing, but let's create the style right now, and you see that the h1 shows here. So you could always reset it, and this is different style. So you could have a primary color, you could create another color style. You could say the color style you want to create now is a secondary color, so you could create your secondary color style. So I could say secondary color, and you could say this is the optional color. You could say this is the optional color, and right here you could change the optional color to like, let's say, a red. So I could change it to like a red, and all I have to do is to create the style. You could create an opacity for it. You could come here to create an opacity for it if you have to. Then I'll create the style right here. Then you see my primary color and my secondary color. So you could create different styles aside from the text styles. We just created an h1. You could go ahead to create an h2 for some headings, and you could go ahead to create an h3 or an h4 for your body text. So these are text styles, and basically you can create effect style, you can create grid style, you can create all type of styles. So let's say effect style right now. So you could just name the effect my shadows. So you could name this effect my shadows, and you say this is my shadow effect. So shadow effects, so you could name it shadow effect. The reason I'm showing you all this is that when we get to design systems, you need to know what all this means. So this is my shadow effect, and you create your shadow settings. If it's your inner shadow you want to use, if it's drop shadow you want to use, then you create the basic settings, the x coordinates, the y coordinates, the blur, the spread. So you could create the spread to like a 4, and it spreads across that way, and the color, everything right here is right here. So you could change the position to to like a 2, so we have something like this, or you change to like a 1 and a 1, then you change the spread to like a 2. So let's see what we have. So yes, so you could use this as your shadow style, and when you create it, you see it right here. So all you have to do when you're designing is when you click on something and you want to add your style guide of variables, you click on this. For instance, if we have color styles, all we have to do is to click on it and you're going to see your color styles. You have your primary color, you have your secondary color. So when you want to create the stroke now, you could always check if you have variables or something for that. So you could access your color, your primary color, your secondary color for the stroke. You could come to effect, and when you come to effect, you could come to your style guide and you have your shadow effects, because we've created that. So these are shadow effects, and we could go on and on to add more styles. So all I have to do is click on my Canva, not on any of these. So I could just click on my Canva right now and create more local styles. So I create more local styles. I create a grid local style, and you could say this is my layout, this is my layout style. So we could name this my layout style, and you say this will be used for my design layout. Yeah, so you say something like this, and you could make it like something like columns, or you could make it something like rows. So you can make it rows, and you could set it from here. You could say the count should be 6 and this should stay the way it is. Then you create that style. So you have a grid style. All you have to do when you want to create a grid style right now, so all you have to do is to come right now, and let's say you want to create a grid style. So you're going to start by clicking on the frame. So you could click on the frame of the iPhone SE and having to click on that frame. So you could come right here to the layout. So here we have the layout. So you have the layout right here, and you can see your style, your layout grid style right here. So you could just choose something like this, and you could access the local style from here. You could say your layout style, and that's what we just did. So I have my layout style, and that is what this is all about. So this is my layout style right here, and this is what the settings did for us. So basically, these are to access your local variables and your local styles, and these are used to repeat whatever design instead of you creating the design over and over again. When you want to start a design project, you can start by setting your styles, so your local styles, things that will be reused, the color, the text, the effect, the grid, just to create a uniform design. And that's how to use all these local styles and variables. I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you there.